nationalism does nothing but teach you how to hate people that you never met. And all of a sudden you take pride in accomplishments you had no part in whatsoever, and you brag about, you know, like the Americans, you go, fuck the French. Fuck the French. If we hadn't saved their ass in 2 world wars, they'd be speaking German right now. You go, oh, was that us? That was us? Was that me and you, Tommy? We saved the French? Jesus. I know I blacked out a little bit after that 4th shot of Jägermeister last night, but I don't remember. I know we went through the Wendy's drive-thru. We are going to get one of them fresh cheddar sandwiches. It looked so alluring on the commercial, but then we ordered it and realized we had no money, and we had to ditch out before the second window. And those douchebags in line behind us with the bass music probably got our order, and we laughed about that. But I don't remember saving the French at all.
Yeah. Greetings.
Hola,
all the ninjas out there. Let's go. Shout out to all the ninjas. This is the Ninja Channel. Shout out Esme. She is the best, May. Howard Styro Ramberg, 93. Respect, brother. Thank you for showing up. Chris, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you, brother?
I'm good.
Yeah? How was your week?
I mean, yeah, it was a week. Yeah. Bro, it was a week, man. I'm sure we're all feeling the week.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's that time of year too.
Yeah. How was your week?
Anything? It was man, same old stuff, honestly, just work and stuff. Trying to figure out Christmas and whatnot.
Christmases. Let me play another quick vid, bro.
Play it.
To get us going.
All for it. I've been saying this for years. Children should not be allowed on social media, even if it's like a version for kids. They just shouldn't be on social media, period, at least till they're 16. And that is exactly what Australia did. Bravo. However, there's a catch. There's always a catch. They say it's to protect the kids, but really it's to implement this new facial recognition technology to take over your life and control everything you do. So in order for them to implement this new law where you have to be 16 or older to use social media, they're going to need to scan every kid's face, take all their fingerprints. They're going to need to do a digital ID for everybody. It's inching us towards, throwing us towards Agenda 2030. The new world order. They are pushing us to a one world order. There's no such thing as anonymity anymore. People don't like when other people are private. People don't like private people because they're always like, what's wrong with that guy? Why is he being so private? He doesn't want to vote. He's becoming a sovereign citizen. This kid is nuts. Yeah, look at this guy. He's fucking weird. He doesn't want to get a digital or real ID. He doesn't want to get an electric stove. He doesn't want a Tesla. He doesn't want to eat the bugs. He doesn't want to get vaxxed. He won't vax his kids. You know how fucking dangerous that is? If you don't vaccinate your children, they're going to die by age 3 of hepatitis. He's just...
Yeah. So, shout out hepatitis. Yo, a little rant. Can I get into my little rantage?
Of course.
And then we'll get going.
Take us off.
All right. So
blast off here.
This is what's going on in the realm, folks. I wrote this down. So, and we'll see how it goes. Bye. Most are cheering on the CBDCs, believe it or not, and digital IDs that are incoming. Believe it or not, most are cheering this on. And your favorite content creator types will embrace it. You'll see. The underground will go farther away and not support those that don't support it. You'll see most will comply. They will. They will. Even the most spirit talking, high minded types will embrace and comply with the DIDs. What choice do they have? Despite the talk of not being tied to the matrix, they are most definitely tied to the matrix. It's about feels, safety, confirmation biases. And you'll see, man, I'm telling y'all, just like after having the Talmudians accomplish their publicly documented ways to take over, such as a big one being feminism, and the example of women saying, "Where are all the good men at?" Right? I'm just using that as an example, right? You've heard that, I'm sure. Most will ask, "Where's the underground resistance dissidents at?" Right? And the answer to both the former and the latter is they've pulled back into the mist where the gnosis lives, and you can't see them, into the gray. So what choice have they, do they, and will they have but to comply? Remember, one of the many, many main messages shared here on TRE all last year about 2025 and beyond. Authenticity will be in such high demand. I'm not Nostradamus. I didn't need guides to convey this message to me. It has been the most obvious thing ever to those that don't rely on the external. How many shows and people have shared this via? How many shows here, via syncs as shared incredible pragmatic solutions? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I can't believe I wrote that. Essentially what I'm saying via syncs and pragmatic solutions, not many have really done that beyond the Ronin experience. Sorry, my grammar's horrible when I wrote that. To continue, how many folks have shared ways to move in silence in very practical ways other than this channel? How many so-called decoders are just parrots and others simply ostriches? Relying on other parrots and ostriches to give them perceived strength from a truly scarcity fear-based mindset. To depend on something other than yourself. Whether that means a comet. Dude, what happened to Atlas, bro?
Just disappeared.
Yeah.
I think they're saying that people are expecting it for Christmas or something.
Oh, cool. Cool. Relying on crypto moon boys, relying on none of this matter. You'll hear a lot of cats who be like, none of this matters anyway, right? So who cares, right? Who else has been telling you about being a programmer and at least attempting to get, trying to get high score out here if none of it matters? If it doesn't matter, then why not try, yo? You know what I mean? Learn to read the message. Learn to decrypt the crypts. I've shared some of my ways to decode, but I bet only an incredibly small few has actually really listened to what I've been saying and sharing. It just goes over people's heads or just like sounded like whatever. Shout out, and by the way, side note, shout out to the 10 likes on this channel on the reg.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate the people that hit the 10 likes on the regular that hit this, the like button. But I'll be only sharing from here on out with the realest of real ones, and my small special forces of 1337 will be fine. Staying vigilant, and not giving free game away. That's for sure. No longer. Who will you call when you need help? You won't be calling me, I can tell you that. Sheep come in many fleeces, and they are born to get fleeced. Most will seek authenticity and spirituality and decodes, and they will be given such things, and they will be empty, feel-good, freak repeaters of nice things. How do you identify yourself? Mental parkour. Let's go. But this is definitely the YouTube channel. If you want to get rich, if you want to get all the women, if you want to get abs, if you want to get Lambos, if you want to race bait, if you want status, whatever your heart desires, it's all here on the Ronin Experience.
Absolutely. Beautifully said, brother.
You know what, old for those that have been into stuff, a lot of people have been talking about like especially in America, for example, a spiritual like awakening, right? Like a Christian type. So like what I'm trying to say is many people will be so lost, they're going to look into the spiritual, go, I need to quote unquote go to church, and they'll be given like there'll be a big old church movement. Many have predicted that like hundreds of years ago. And that includes those that are going to seek the spiritual, not Christian, but this maybe other spiritual stuff, right? It include whatever. Like it'll be given to you. It will be given to you because so many will seek authenticity and seek to get away from the emptiness of like AI and digital and non-authentic relationships and this and that. But you'll see, guys, and it's been happening, and
it's already started.
It's already started, and you'll get it. You'll get that. It'll be provided for you. You know, programmable central bank spirituality,
aka Ariman.
aka Ariman. Tell me about it.
Well, that's the character Steiner was always talking about. That basically was like the tech god who would make all the advanced tech seem like magic, and the masses wouldn't ask any question. They'd just be happy to have the technology to begin with, but it would really be used to enslave them, and they wouldn't understand that it was even happening when it was happening. If they at least kept going down the path they were going of mindlessly allowing the technocratic advancement and changing of the biological human.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, and most of y'all somewhat kind of know me. I provide practical ways to at least minimize and starve the beast in this way, but you'll see most of these, everyone else, all these cats out here, I'm telling y'all, man, they will comply if they haven't been complying already. They will get a DID. They will get a real ID. They will get, everything on their phone to get in this. They will do that. Their financials, they'll go along with the CB. Dude. And there's a reason why this channel's been shadow banned since day one. And I even try to speak in like a filtered kind of way. Last week, Silas was on, and I thought it was great. I didn't have much to add to the Deary thing just because I didn't watch the show and I didn't really have like a Deary decode kind of. I couldn't come up with anything on the spot, so I just listened. But Silas Speaks. I mean, man, he live streamed this show. We got like 400 views. You live streamed it. Got like 100 something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I even started it late. Like I started like halfway through. I feel like It's like they're hitting your channel hard. That's why we're gonna have to strategize and probably get a different channel name going for you.
Yeah, and I told Chris, and I reserved the Ronin experience like a while ago, so I have it reserved. But for those that, you know, when you log into like a YouTube, you're in Google world, right? You're in Gmail world. And again, if you guys don't know, your Gmails and your emails are, especially on the 16th. What's today? On the 16th,
12th.
legally, they will scan all of your intel, all of your emails, all of your stuff, and feed it into their, you know, data centers. I mean, they're already doing it probably anyway. But so I need to make a different login. Now there are ways to get into YouTube with a middleman. There are low key underground companies that will do that for you. I haven't done it yet, but to de-Google my life, that's one step. Now I'm gonna make another channel with a whole nother email, a whole nother login, and it's gonna be at the Ronin Experience, and I'll start slowly going over to that.
Start getting people over from here to there.
Yeah, that'll be a slow thing. And you guys know I don't ask for money. You know, I don't ask donations, forget about it. No one's donated to the channel like ever. One homie. So I don't rely on the altruism of others to support the underground, because I know it doesn't actually exist. That's why I will no longer stick my neck out for people that aren't in my like super inner circle. That's a thing of the past.
When was the last time this channel got actually totally taken down? Wasn't it like
Well, I had a
past year?
strike, and the homie actually he passed away. That was on here. I had a strike for like a year, and that was lifted in August. And I actually saw like since August, I probably had about 10 people subscribe, which is to me pretty neat. You know, but your channel, my channel always gets jammed up at certain numbers, and then once we push through those numbers, that resistance level, then it gets through. But
yeah, they got you on a list though.
Got me on a list, because yeah, I've been on a list before YouTube. I've been on a list, like literally. But anyway, this is the best. I mean, just know, like, again, like I was saying earlier, if you don't support the underground, it will not support you, and to the point where you won't even be able to find the resistance, the underground cats. When you look around and the cats you support, when you get into a jam, do you really think you're going to reach out to them and say, can you hold my hand and help me navigate this? Do you think they're going to respond to you? Like I have, and I can tell you I won't be, because I haven't gotten the support, except for perhaps the 10 people that have hit the like button for the past few months or the past couple years. I get 10 likes on my videos.
It's not cool.
There's a reason I don't share my face anymore. There's a reason I shut down my Telegram last year, because you guys have no idea how dangerous it was. The info that I was sharing, you have no idea. Right now, I have my plastic folded chair planted in Third Eye Edifies Telegram, where I share stuff sometimes. But really, my stuff is done one-to-one. I don't even take the time to like make cool little vids anymore. Like, what's the point? I'm gonna spend 5 hours doing something that So this is not even me a woe's me. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good on my own. It's fine. Right? Like, but this is a microcosm of like one's gratitude, meaning, do you demonstrate gratitude? Do you add, I listen to people, I'll listen to some cats out there on the YouTube land as I'm working, and they'll be like, they'll use the quotes because they read the manual of how to get views, right? And they'll go, did I offer you value? If I offer, sorry, Chris, I'm not trying to take over.
Oh, you're fine, brother. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. So they'll be like, if I've offered you proper value, perhaps consider hitting the like, or perhaps subscribing if I, provided you proper value on a YouTube. Blah, 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 right? Since I don't ask for money, sorry, Ashley, what are you doing?
Hey, what happened?
Sorry, no,
My-
Ashley, one of my cat is over here playing like. Anyway, but yeah, support the people that you want to be around. Support, show gratitude. Most of the people here that I know, and I've had literal one-on-one interactions with, I've gone out of my way to have actual relationship with the people that are most likely in this chat in some way or another. Direct, how often do you guys actually see that out there in YouTube land? I don't do this for money.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, I do it to vent because I like to vent. I like to just yap and go share my findings of my take on the realm, and that I get value in that. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, man. Everyone needs to show a little love. Hit the like.
Was that a long-winded thing? Hit the like, you nerds. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Rogers 2 is here. 2274 now. Good evening. Good evening to you. She's been here before.
Yeah, so I rub elbows in different circles and a lot of quote unquote freedom type minded and privacy minded and private currency and private digital as well as high minded esoteric stuff and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, and go to Chris's channel. Yeah, man. Dude, I'm gonna retire this and just do straight go.
Yeah, no, I did it. I did it 500. I did have people I already had a couple hundred from music and stuff beforehand. So most of that came after that. All the lives shared from this channel, the ones I've done with Silas and Gabe, and then the one I did with Nathaniel Gillis really pushed that.
Yeah.
So, but it's not like I'm making. I don't get any donations or anything yet, and I shouldn't. I haven't done enough content too. So, but Ronin's been around a while, so it's a different story. It's a real different story.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the way of things. It's fine.
Yeah, and I think both of us realize that it's hard to make this this is probably never really going to be a full-time thing for anyone.
Nah.
It's hard enough for most people, I think, as it is, who actually have like large followings in our realm, in our at least neck of the woods with what we talk about and whatnot.
The unauthentic.
Yeah, it's a different story for those people, but
yeah,
like just even people we know that have a decent following or decent amount of Patreons, I know they still struggle to reach enough money to make even rent.
Oh, rent. That's crazy. Man, shoot, yo. This cost me.
Well, I'm saying if people who have actually who are in our sort of talk about what we talk about, that I know at least that have they make close to enough to do it full time, and they kind of were doing it full time at one point. Like Emily, I know that she even is barely. She's not sure. She's been doing it 20 something a while. I don't want to say 20 years. I don't know how long, but she's been doing it a long time and has a good Patreon following. But even I know she's even saying it's hard to keep up with the alternative fake media.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's the thing. 'Cause
But you never know, you know. You never know.
Yeah, this cost me, shoot, man. Again, I still talk about the homie that gave me $5 like 3 years ago.
Yeah, StreamYard's expensive.
Yeah, it cost me, I don't know, $400 a year or something.
It's insane, right?
I'm not redoing it.
If you think about StreamYard, if you have like someone like, but I use Adobe and stuff for work. But say you were like just doing YouTube and you had like your YouTube membership, if you have that, and you have an editing membership for something, and then you have StreamYard.
I paid for some vids I paid for some tools to make some of the vids I made. How dumb was that, bro? I'm like waiting for the subscription to die out on that.
Yeah, here's some advice for anyone who wants to edit videos for free. Don't even bother with Adobe at this point. Just get the DaVinci Resolve free version and use that.
That's good. There's a big learning curve with that. But that's
learning curve, but definitely the best free, at least, editing device you can get. They're gonna keep some of the options that you can use in that app away from you if you don't get the paid version, but you'll be able to pretty much edit anything you see on YouTube just with the free version of that app.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know Moonfeather knows, bro, I used to spend all week preparing for the Ronin experience. I would spend hours during the week to provide something special.
And then they started banning you.
Well, yeah, man, you know. Right now I'm seeing 5 people here, and that's a true blessing to me, you know.
Better than last week.
Yeah.
Right? We're up. We're up.
We're up, bro. And I do my own little decodes on my own because I'm curious about how the realm works, and I don't sit and write long presentations and things anymore. Why?
Yeah, some of the stuff you can't even do it for. You can't prepare for unless you're doing unless you're gonna start breaking down kind of like a mysterious universe type show where they go through just different stories and books that people have written on paranormal events or UFO abductions, and that's not even half the stuff we talk about most of the time. We can't keep cutting down we can't keep breaking down the same esoteric stuff over and over again. So
yeah, cryptids, yeah.
Well, that's why they just stopped their show too, I think, and they hired I think they made a decent amount of money doing theirs at least, so good for them. But they hired, I think, 2 Americans to take over, and they're starting a new show.
Yeah.
After 24 years. R.I.P. Mysterious Universe. That's a fun show. They were funny guys.
Dude, every episode, man, I think this is the last episode of the Ronin experience. Every single episode, bro. For last year, I've been every episode. Dude, last year, I took a break. I was shutting down the Ronin experience for a while because it's the season too. It's the vibe, you know. It's the inward time, to go inward.
Yeah, well, I think, I feel like everything's gonna. It's weird because I feel like 2026, it's gonna be like 2020 all over again, with people coming back and looking for answers because things might get a little rough again.
Yeah,
I mean, they're already pretty rough, but.
Yeah, so I mean, I ask myself all the time, why do I do what I do? And that's related to anything and everything. What are my intentions to anything that I do? Because how one does anything is how they do everything.
And Sherry makes a good point too. We are actually live with 2 other people who actually talk about a lot of stuff that would be considered similar to us.
What, you think they're stealing our views?
Well, I mean, it's just going to be harder. This channel's just not going to be recommended as much as those channels are.
Who's OFW?
Why? OFW? I don't know.
But again, Donut. He is of them people, and he decodes his own people. Just know that who you're listening to, who are you listening to, and who are they with? Ask him if he's cool with the certain headgear. right? He'll say, I'm a proud member of the headgear wearers. Okay.
And
you're
Dr.
decoding the
Longo.
yeah, and you're decoding the headwear wearers. So who are y'all listening to? That's why these cats out here get, 100,000, whatever. Who are y'all listening to? Are they really real? Who are these people? Really? Who is Donut truly? Yeah, Old World Florida. Who's he truly? Who's he about? By the way, I told you guys I went to his bookstore last year. And is he really, like, who is he truly? Old narco. Like, I'm talking about, like, on the inside. Like, who is he truly? Because I could tell you, I didn't like the way he was clowning a dude that I like. And he wasn't only just clowning the dude, he was clowning the Most High.
You know who he reminds me of?
That's joking. I'm just joking. Oh, really? You just joking? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Man, I'm trying
So
to think
who are
of.
y'all listening to? These people got tens of thousands of cats. Who's decoding what? Who's decoding what and why? Who are they with? Y'all trust a Mason? There's another cats out here. They're Masons. Masons are the most closed-minded people I've ever met. They're literally the most closed-minded. And they're not even high end. They're just there for the coffee and donuts, like an AA meeting, and acting like they got some sort of, I saw how the realm is designed. It's like a CD, and the light comes up from underneath and projects from. This is a secretly leaked thing. Oh, let me tell you, I'm a Mason, and we have to. Yeah.
Black Sun video. I know exactly.
One of the most closed-minded cats I've ever heard. I can't even listen to the cat. Haven't listened. He's so closed-minded.
Yeah, he's changed a lot of his opinions too. It seems like I was listening to him on what's his name's channel the other day. He went on who was Ben Balderson's channel to debate someone on astrology. He was like, it was hard for me to. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't really know what his worldview is. This is the thing. I can't tell if he. I think he could have just been debating the opposite point for all I know, but I think it would have been a hard.
Stuff, Chris. And sorry, I wasn't trying to talk.
No, you're good. You're good.
But if it ain't with the Mason stuff that he's been told, that he's received externally, not internally, right? And if it goes against that, he won't even entertain it. If Donut is one of them people, so Donut decodes Hollywood, which is done by them people. So he's decoding. He's one of them, and he's decoding them. Do you think that's really sincere? PA is quote unquote decoding them, and he's one of them. Is he really sincere? Narco Longo, I don't know. That cat is goofy. I bombed their show one time, and the dude is. Yeah, man. These people out here, even in the esoteric world, is what I'm saying. I don't care about the sheep. I don't care about people talking politics. They're lost, right? But I've always been hard on these so-called high-minded. They're the most closed-minded people around. They're decoding shit that doesn't improve your life at all. They don't do nothing for you except provide sensation. Oh, look, look at the corner of that movie. You see that? You see that symbol? How does that benefit you, truly?
I just shared a picture. For some reason, I don't know. I never talked to either of these cats, but Longo always reminds me of this actor. You know what I'm talking about? Just the way he talks reminds me of him. And I think I always thought that was funny. He's like on I think he's on that show Silicon Valley and stuff, and he's a funny actor, goofball, but I think Howard knows.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. They have the same cadence in their voice.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
man. I don't have experience with any of these cats, but I do know what you're saying. I do see it. I do see some of these things at least.
I mean, I tried to rock with these cats, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, my bad." You ever meet someone you think they're cool, and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" And you go, wow, my bad. I had a little misreading. These cats haven't even come close to the stuff that I've done. Like literally hunting down Romanian scammers and having them return people's funds to people's wallets. Literally going out into these different countries, full battle rattle. Literally working for literal, contractors and stuff. Literally working with encryption. Literally doing this for 20 years. Working with, learning about all the pyramidal oppression structure 20 years ago. People are big into silver now. I bought silver in 2004 once I started researching what money. Well, I was like, what is money? And that led me into all these other things. I've been in this 2007 and 8, the financial thing. I was living it. I was operating it with an incredibly open mind.
Damn, 2007, 2008, damn.
I bought silver at $4. It went to $47. And while I was living it.
I feel like I might have been playing poker back then. That's how old you.
I was doing this in Afghanistan. I was in Afghanistan while trying to figure all this out.
Damn, man.
So, who do you listen to? Cats out here talk, parrots, ostriches, just parroting stuff. No unique take on anything. Placating to authority. They will, as I mentioned, these people will get the DID. They will go with CBDCs. They will comply. I've never worn a mask in my entire life if I wasn't in a gas chamber situation or painting or doing woodworking. I've never worn a mask, ever, not once.
Amen. Amen. Same here, brother.
I knew the PSYOPs originally. Now you have these new cats out here, brand new, talking about, I woke up, I got red pilled in 2020, blah, 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 blah. I got red pilled. Oh, you got red pilled. Congratulations. Catch up. Catch up, bitches. Catch up.
Yeah, it's surprising to me that people, it even took that long. It was weird how it's like everyone believed in politics again out of nowhere. Everyone started thinking the mainstream media in 2020 was real, when I thought it was like a collectively agreed upon thing that mainstream news was a joke.
Now here's my thing, Chris. When 9/11 happened, right, and I watched it on the news, like everyone else on the television.
They rolled that TV in my classroom in New Jersey.
Yeah, I was into it. I was like, I was gobbling up the TV stuff, right? I was into it. And I was in the Army at the time. I was in Arizona.
What age would you have been around then? Or what grade would you have been in if you were in school?
I was in the Army in.
So you were graduated from high school at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, I had my.
Yeah, I was freshman in high school, so I think I was kind of lucky because I didn't really care about it that much. I think because of how young I was more still just playing sports and messing around, and it was just a thing that happened.
It took me 2 years to figure it out. Actually, no, when I was there, and then in 2002, my homies. I'm in Afghanistan. My homies were like, hey, we're going to Iraq next. I'm like, Iraq? What are they? Why? So this was before the news. My Army people were telling me we're going to Iraq next. And then I was like, well, I'm getting out of here. So I got out at the end of 2002, came back as a contractor. And then March 2003, they went into Iraq. And I was like, yo, that's in 2003. I was like, yo, when I started researching 9/11. And I was like, oh, they got me, yo. They got me. They got me. Then I started researching all the, and I went to Iraq and as a contractor and made like $200,000 in 1 year.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, when I was in the Army, I made like $15,000 in 1 year in Afghanistan. and I was around land. I mean, I was in all. This is 2000. I was there Christmas 2001 in Kandahar. Me and all my people. So you're talking again. You're talking to someone that ain't just reading this shit from books. I don't wear a small hat. I don't have secret handshakes with I haven't done an elephant walk. You know, I don't sit here and go with all this sensationalism bullshit. I talk to people that have real, actual, you know, life experience in this thing.
I was going to say desert
with NASA. I told you I interviewed with NASA. They hired me. I declined.
I was going to say Desert Storm would have been before you, right?
Yeah, my brother was in Desert Storm.
Yeah, my cousin was he like retired as
Abu Dhabi. I lived in Dubai. I lived in Kuwait. I lived in Iraq. I lived in Afghanistan. I lived in Germany. You know, I've been to all other places around there. Supported the drone. I supported the drone stuff. All the drone stuff I supported. That was downrange. We all their communications once drones got in the air would come through us, and then head back to the States.
Yeah, my cousin was telling me how they had a blue box out there, like which was basically like the tracing of everyone, that they were using that in Desert Storm.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. So I say all that. It's not even self-grandizing, right? I say all that to go, who do y'all listen to? And you know when you hear me decode stuff, do y'all hear me decode? Am I parroting things, or is my decodes original from my original thought? From myself, right or wrong, agree or disagree? My decodes
you come original, bro.
are like so different than everyone else's. And that's why it's hard for other people to take, because they're parroting shit.
Yeah, it's hard for it's hard for people to intuitively follow, even sometimes, because they don't have their own intuitive basis in a worldview of their own.
Yes, correct.
That's why, like, I feel like I can listen to and accept new information that I may not have thought of, because I'm not stuck in one thing either.
Yeah, no one has to agree with me, but have an open mind and think about it and discern for yourself.
Yeah.
Because I also have references for my ideas as well. It's not just there's discernment, and then there's data, and you combine that. Yo, you have bitches out here that think they're still floating around in space. Bro, you got people, I was watching. You got people out here that think some of these ancient scripts from thousands of years ago are unchanged. Have y'all even looked at what happened in Hong Kong in the 1800s or Bombay in the 1800s? They went there and burned just the palaces. They spent days destroying the archive, the libraries in there, and all the stuff in there. And you want to sit to me and go, the Vedas have been an ongoing poem for 10,000 years unchanged? Are you fucking retarded? The Quran is unchanged. The Bible, who dare add or take away from the word of, are you fucking retarded? Ancient Egyptians, blah, blah, blah. Are you dumb? Have you not? You don't know that they've destroyed everything, and there's not in a single original copy of any of this stuff? The Dead Sea Scrolls and the Quran writings, all found when? In the late 1940s? How convenient.
My shepherd boy.
When was India called India officially? When was Georgia called Georgia officially 20 years ago? When was, all these names are brand new. And you got these fucking retards out here reading ancient scripts as if are they, shout out to the 4 listeners. Are they, what are you doing?
Well, that's why, it's also interesting that, remember that book I just sent you from the New York Library, how it's like, this is supposed to be an ancient Egyptian book, like a book on the history of ancient Egypt, but it's written in French, only in French. You can only view it by appointment in the New York Library with their special sort of division. And the shit was apparently put together by the company out of Hyde, Chicago, which was created by Rockefeller Jr. and some other clown called the Institute of Oriental Studies that's out of the University of Chicago, which they've changed the name of 3 different times. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think, well, maybe it's in French because then this is a version you could only see by special appointment because the French were in that area of America and actually got the information from the Indians here, the Native American types, the tribes. And the history of Egypt they wrote was the history of the Egypt here that you were always talking about.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they don't translate it to any other language and don't let you see it unless you come in for a special appointment.
The inversion is real. The inversion is real. By the way, for example, Jamaica, the island, right? Bunch of dark-skinned people. How do they tell you that's been populated? Oh, Africa. No. They sent from Mexico is how they populated Jamaica. And this is documented, right? So the inversion is real. That's why their math doesn't add up, right? You see the current different demographics being put in place now in real time.
Yep.
You see the destructions of things, the inversions of things. Bro, I don't even think East is what, like the way they do the East and West, I think is different. I think they flipped that on us.
Well, it was flipped in the old Wizard of Oz maps and some of the old Masonic maps.
Yeah.
They had it flipped.
People don't talk about the West Indian Company. Why do you think all these movies about the East Indian Company? Right? They don't talk about the West Indian Company. You know, this has been like.
You know what's weird too about this book?
Chris.
This old book too from about the history of Egypt in French has a whole different astrology in it. That's like called I think it's Latopolis astrology. I think is how is what they say it's called, but it's basically like astrology they haven't even been able to finish. So you got a whole different astrology that no one's ever heard of before in this book from 1801. That's only in French.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't heard of that. Okay.
That was the one I sent. That was the one I sent you the other day.
Yeah, I perused it. It was very had a lot of good info.
And all I sent was the plates from it because it's apparently like a 700. Even I think it's over 700 pages, and I couldn't find a version of the book anywhere with the pictures that they had in the library. Like, so I had to keep going to this library page to look at the images from the book. It's like you can't find the freaking book. They don't even have it on the archive. What the hell is this now? I'm looking at some of the pictures now. Like they got an Isle de Filet, which was in Philadelphia, but it looks like it could be something that's I've seen out here in California, which is interesting too. There's so many images on that digital collection that some of it just does not make sense to be located where they're saying.
Yo, you know what's wild is if you want to talk about slave ships in America, it actually came. So how you populate, where you get these Asian looking people that they'll even call them Mexican or whatever. They actually came from like the Philippines and stuff and bombarded the West Coast. That's where the slaves came from. And then they like Chinese, they built a railroad. They call them Indians. Bro, I did a decode on the Trail of Tears. I followed one family. That family, they weren't Indians. They were a family that they were like on a wagon. They were going out west to claim land out there in Oklahoma. I live near the Trail of Tears. I live near this stuff. You just follow one family and you go, oh, that's all bullshit. So So who cares? Well, the demographics of the way things have been populated is important because most cats rely on like false, info. So they sit and decode the false info like they're doing something when it's all wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. And then people are just getting bad information as it is.
Yeah. So you're on the wrong battlefield. You're decoding things that are all in and itself not even a thing,
Feel like what is so like? Have you ever heard of Egypt being described as an island? Because in this book they have it as an island.
Yeah, I mean, no, but
Like what? They have it literally. I just saw that they're calling Egypt Philae, Phile in French. I was just translating it.
That's that Egypt is bullshit as far as
That's what I'm saying. So this can't be the Egypt that they have over in this. I'm almost thinking this is the one over here that they might be discussing, the American version. Because who the hell has plans of ruins? Like they're like,
bro.
these are they made like what's it called? Like kind of like you would make an architectural plan, but it's just of the ruins.
Yeah.
It's not of the actual how it would have been.
It's retarded, yo. People are they'll outsmart themselves. It's like, imagine. Here's another just side anecdotal thing. A cannon, the old cast iron cannon things. You see them, they're like long and black, and you're supposed to put a charge in there and stuff it down and then put a big old iron cannonball in there, right? And you light the little fuse like you see in the movies, and the fuse goes down and poof, and shoots off an iron cannonball out there and supposed to destroy walls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to redo that now, you would kill yourself because the cannon will blow up in your stupid face. Cannons are retarded. Cannons, believe it or not, could very well be like energy weapons, meaning vibrations, meaning things like the walls of Jericho, right? You walk around and the walls melt away. Well, that's because they're hitting them where the structure of like a granite, even granite, right? It's kind of like if you look at, cymatic, I'm talking about the stars as I'm talking this too, cymatics, but you look at a simple wine glass and you play a frequency and it breaks, right? Well, before it breaks, the thing's bending, is wobbling, right?
Yeah.
And you think that wine glass is a hard thing, right? Well, no, it wobbles and then falls apart. That cannonballs are phony. You had these, not just the fasciae, but you also had these cannons were actually, they were sound vibration things that could like melt, and pull apart granite and stone walls and that type of stuff. So you go, wow, why'd you divert so hard? Well, what I'm saying is it's relevant because this was a lot of the destruction of the old world buildings, and that's all been pretty darn recent. It hasn't been thousands of years old, right? It's been wrecked early. So even in these old world buildings here in America, where all the granite seems to come from Georgia, it seems, it's all over realm-wide communications. These buildings were here for a long time. A bunch of nerds didn't show up from Europe with a city of a population of 1,000 and build some incredible monumental building. Shout out to the zero views. I'm showing 0 views right now. So massive love,
I might have to pop out and pop right back in because it just did that stupid thing that it does when it makes my mic stop working for some reason, or the sound stop working, and I have no idea why. I can't get you back until I pop out and pop back in. I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, like StreamYard, I'm showing 0 views. I don't even know if I'm talking to anybody. But, you know, if I want to be dangerous, I can sit and talk sensationalism stuff too, make really cute talk cuts and all that. It'll make the people feel good. That's what it's all about, making people feel good. Oh, Sherry's here. Sherry, you know what's weird is StreamYard is showing 0 things. Sherry, so
I think it says 3 watching on mine, at least on one watching, 3 watching. I'm getting all different numbers. Sherry's here, so that's weird because I'm streaming it too.
man, they fudge with this channel. They always have. They always have.
Is Howard still here? Howard Stereo Ramberg 93. Where are you?
Is he a German?
I just like Howard. He's cool. Cool cat.
Funniest. Oh man, I went to this place in German.
Oh, Tommy Roger. Wait, see, look at that. So you have at least Tommy and Sherry, and I'm on it too.
Oh,
so and it's showing one viewer. So YouTube's a screwing with us.
Yo, we battle for one. Yo, shout out to the homies. You see how big of a difference like a view makes for me? I'm like, cool. I got at least 1 or 2 people listening to what I'm saying. 1 or 2 compared to cats out here with a gazillion cats listening. Yo.
We got to filter out people too in the first like 30, 40 minutes and then we hit them with the stuff that matters.
Hey man, you walk around with a hammer like I do, busting firmamentes, the firmamente, and then some cats don't want that water flow in because they come with closed fists, so they can't receive more water if their fist is closed, you know. So they can only take so much. Then they close their fist, and they go, "I will not accept anymore." So see you later.
Yeah, man.
I've gone far enough. And it's like that, and this is a famous analogy from David Icke, and I've said it multiple times because I really appreciate it. And stop me if you heard it, but he was like, you walk down a path, and at some point you decide that I'm not going any further, and you plant your flag, and everyone behind you is stupid. And everyone ahead of you is crazy. So it just depends on how far, depends on where you are, where you plant your flag.
So what do
We're
we
showers, not growers. Sherry said, Chris, show it, yo. We didn't come. She come here. She came here for a reason. She thought Chris was gonna take your shirt off. Take your shirt off, Chris. We need the views.
Oh man. That's only on OnlyFans.
Only Ronins.
Only Ronins.
That's for the Patreon, guys.
Yeah, so does the number of 27 mean anything to you?
27?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it mean to you? Because I've been getting into this thing I'm calling the augury cycle that I just brought up on a show that I recorded with Silas. Who knows if it'll ever be posted, because I take forever to... Anything I record that's not live, it usually doesn't ever get done. Because of real work and stuff like that I have to do. And I'm like, holy shit, putting this together with graphics to try to make it just work better. I'm going to try to, because there's one more episode of Welcome to Dairy, and that's where I heard them add this term, the augury cycle. And it's 27-year cycle of feeding for this entity, which reminds me of like information technology or IT in a way. And this is what I was sending you before the show, because this wasn't in the books, this wasn't in the movies. It's just something they just added to the show, and I feel like a lot of the show right now mimics kind of what you're seeing going on and with the common folk, how their fear is basically being fed on by information technology in a way. And I just had never heard of an augury cycle. I've heard of the augury, which were the watchers of the birds, and they would predict the future and whatnot. And they didn't always watch the birds. Sometimes it was animal entrails. Sometimes it was other things. But they were, they worked for the priest class. They were part of the priest class. They've just predicted stuff, and they would make sacrifices to the gods, their gods, not our gods, their gods. And so I'm like, 27 years is interesting. And then I randomly just clicked on, I never watched stuff about 9/11, which is why it's interesting you brought that up, because I sent that video that I think it was like a Judy Wood presentation, and she starts it where she just puts the answer is 27. Yeah. And it's part of an example she's giving about how you can't start with an answer. You kind of got to start with, like, I guess she was trying to explain how the towers came down. It's kind of where you have to start before you start with the end of it.
Well, if you multiply, so you have 2001, right? That's 3. What's 3 times 9?
27.
Right. So all multiples of 9, also when you add them together, equal 9.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 plus 7 is 9. So with the 3 times the 9, I mean, these numbers, it's what it really means to you, but it also, you're trying to figure out what it means to these other people. There's so many, like, I mean, the fact 27 Club and all that stuff. Like, you can do.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who've done a lot of shows just on the number 27.
Well, that's why it's so interesting that they decided to so this cycle in that show of the clown or the demon who would feed on the fear and the blood of children and then adults, and once every 27 years it would build up and need to have a huge sacrificial feeding cycle where a bunch of people died, and then it would go back to sleep. So, like, that's where I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting, especially then I'm seeing this 9/11 video and she's just popping a 27 on there because that seems like, sacrificial ritual. So I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Why are they putting this out right now and changing it and equating it with the language of the birds, basically the green language?
Well, they know how to use that encryption to send their messages.
And that's what I'm thinking is going on there.
Yeah, you can use your encryption. There's not like a good and bad. You can use the code for whatever you want to do. It's not good or bad. So they use the code, the language of the bird, I call it the green heart chakra, language. They can use it too. They use that too.
Yeah. And the bird stuff comes up a lot too. And I just want to say that I did predict I want to give myself credit, the Stephen King, or not Stephen King, but another Stephen Spielberg disclosure of some sort of technology in a movie or film that now is coming out, and they actually have posters of it, and they're using a bird and an eye on the posters. But I was saying that was going to happen probably like 6 months ago, and now it's confirmed. I think at least they're hinting at that happening. I don't know if they're going to show like some sort of advanced technology that our military has, or claim that it's something someone caught on tape, but it seems like that's what's about to go down in June of 2026.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget, like, the whole other stuff with that 9/11 stuff was like build 7, you got build 6, you got all this weird stuff.
Yeah.
You basically, for those who don't know, like, the Ronin experience, we predict the future and we nail it every single time. So Chris can predict the future, and so can we, and so can you. So.
And then the day after, and that's why I kind of wish I did a live with Silas on that augury cycle thing. The day after, there's all these.
Well, when's the augury cycle supposed to start and begin? Is there a start and begin known?
There might be in the I don't know the show well enough in the lore of the freaking books well enough to know what year they're. I mean, it looks like they're kind of in like during the civil rights movement on the show, but I mean, you could extract that out. I'm sure the newer movies, I think they're more modern and they're supposed to be taking place in like current times.
Is this augury cycle just within the realm of the show?
So that's the thing.
Big. I thought we were talking about a thing that's out there, and maybe I never heard of it. But
Well, here's the thing. They had augury cycles back in like the Greek and Rome, and apparently they were using these augurs who were like basically they were like, you know, they were calling them their prophets or magicians who were reading the language of whatever they were divining to predict the future for the kings and whoever else was in charge. So like there were augury cycles or augur cycles. I don't even know how they would say it.
Yeah.
But the 27 thing seems like it's something more of like a Stephen King sort of put that in his books for it.
Check it out. I mean,
and I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. And then when I saw the Judy Wood thing, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then yesterday, this could be my algorithm, but there's like a brand new video that comes out about how all these birds are just dying, and it has like 20,000 views, and it's actually a real person doing the video. So I'm like, that's kind of weird.
You know, a 27-year cycle doesn't sound. That sounds like it could be an actual thing, like within.
That's what I would think too. That's why I'm like, I wonder if
I'm just doing the math in the years, and 2000, right? You might, so we go to 2027, 2027, 27, and then you go 2000. Subtract that. That's what, 73. So you're sitting at 1973. Which you could do the math, if depending on your calculator, you can come up with an 11 on that.
Well, you could. What is here? Let's see. Let me see something. My calculator.
Well, if you had 1 plus 9, 7 plus 3, it's 11. But I'm saying,
so say you do next year, right? 2026 minus 27, you get 1999 Y2K.
Bro, I bet they went new century, because they've been talking new century, right? And they were like in 2000, that's when all these, the government, quote unquote deep, like, I don't like these terms, but the people, Dick Cheney and all them types, right? Had a new century. So I may be playing around with that 27 cycle, 2000 being like one of the years.
Well, technically, it should have been 2001, right? Because 2000 it would have been like year 0.
Yeah.
So if you, say you subtract 27 from 2001, you get 74. What happened in 74?
Dude, yeah, that's, what's funny right now is like, I think every year is going to be more chaotic than the next. So you can calibrate your calculator, I think, however you want, because next year 2026 is going to be crazy, and it's not going to be not crazy going forward after that. It's going to be exponentially more crazy and ridiculous, and you'll be like, I live in Bizarro world. Maybe I live in Deary world. I don't even know. I haven't seen the show, but you're like, I'm in a madhouse. I'm in a madhouse that you can't escape, like a mansion where you run around.
You know what's interesting too about the whole dairy place and that whole lore around that story is that if you leave the town, and I think after the 27-year cycles, apparently large groups of the population forget what happened. Especially if you leave, you forget about the place. So it's almost like a reset cycle, it seems like, too.
Oh, that's interesting. Bro, so whoever's making that show,
which now Stephen King is actually working as a what's it called? What do they call it when they come on board as a consultant for the writers? So he's approving shit. This is like the first time he's gotten to do that.
Bro, he's like, he's got nothing better to do. He's
like, a creeper too.
Oh yeah, dark. But it's like, hey, why would someone with you'd think they retire and they're not enjoying nothing. They don't know what to do with themselves. So like, I'll go back to work and consult on a thing.
Oh, do you want to know what happened in 1974? we had basically a repeat of exactly what happened on October 7th, the story in Israel, Gaza, Palestine.
And they probably have a name for it, like something.
The MA Alat massacre, hostage taking of 115 Israelis, primarily school children. Primarily school children. So this is like right in line with it.
That was at a famous site in Egypt, right?
It was where was it saying?
Yeah,
They're saying location was Maalot Israel. That's what they're saying.
Okay. I thought there was a big old Egyptian.
But this isn't the only one. There's a bunch of stuff that's in. That's when Watergate was happening in 73. So this is right before 74.
It's psyops.
Yeah. But the FIFA World Cup thing was big in 74. Now we're getting all the symbolism for the soccer game again with The Economist, which is interesting too. I don't know if they're going to pull another sort of event there. But yeah, I don't know. 27 number is interesting. Reversing it 72 is obviously an important number.
Oh, yeah. All, for most of you guys probably know, but all you guys, all the books on whether it's demons or jinn, and there's all like 72, and that's where you get into all that like Abraxas type stuff, which I don't even like saying the word if I'm being honest.
Oh, we also had the Troubles in Ireland, which was all that bombing stuff that was going on, killing 33 civilians and wounding 300.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
They got 333.
Yeah, 333. That's in 27 years before 2001.
They bastardized the code, man. They file the code.
So there was a lot of bloodshed at least in 74. Just like 2001, but whatever the hell happened, however many died. There was bloodshed. It was like at least there were rituals that seemed to be larger than normal. So I wonder if maybe we're looking at the wrong year at 2026 and 2028 is actually when
atrocities leading up to this. I feel like we lived in a nice little sweet spot because there has been atrocities back in the 60s and 70s and 50s and 40s, 30s. Like, there's been atrocities, at least we heard about, that seem pretty significant stuff.
Yeah. I'm starting to wonder if 2028 is actually the year that people need to worry about now. I'm wondering. Oh, 1974 is a year 2727 in, that's interesting too. Yeah, this is stuff I got to look into more to see if there's anything there. But is there the next, everyone's saying 2026. But 2028, is that the next, when's the next election? 2028, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah.
So that would fit the 27-year cycle from 2001.
Sure. Yeah, this is all a lead up to something not cool. That's why, really, people got to really tap in, man.
Yeah. Shit, man. Keep watching. I would watch every one of these shows every once in a while that seem to be being run by these creepers, like written by people like Stephen King, because they.
Dude, I might watch. I was thinking about watching Stranger Things, like the latest season.
I started actually watching the latest season the other day because I haven't watched it, and I didn't catch up, but I got a summary. Just because I wanted to see what was going on in that too, because there's a reason that they waited this long with all this stuff.
I haven't watched, but I remember I watched some of the first season. I was like, I get it, I'm out.
Yeah. They kept doing the same thing for a while.
Yeah, and I got it. It's okay. Obviously,
it's like Goonies.
You want to try
Goonies? It's like Goonies on steroids, basically.
That sounds fun.
But they do. I remember someone was trying to say Stranger Things is like a code for like an electromagnetic changeover event, like the MCO. That one guy used to talk about, who apparently died.
Electromagnetic.
It was like EMPCO, and like him and his girlfriend used to have a channel, and they used to talk about it, and they think something happened where I don't even want to say it under your channel because it was pretty. If it whatever happened wasn't good, and it was like a double self-harming type of thing. But maybe it was like a one self-harm, one like the guy took out her and then himself or something like that.
Wow, dude, I love it when someone out there will be like, I gotta go, they're after me, and then they come back like 2 weeks later and like, hey, yeah, and they're like, yeah, I don't even know, man. Now it sounds like, yeah, it's just funny. Like it just reminded me of certain
Yeah, no, and I never really was really too into. I've only listened to a few videos from the MCO people, but it was and like I'm almost kind of convinced that the guy just kind of went a little nuts.
maybe not, maybe,
But maybe not. But the thing is, like, I think his girlfriend was like one of those Mia's new pair of glasses type of. I probably just said 3 different channel names in one, but one of those people was like, everyone who has an IMDb is acting for the New World Order and blah 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 blah. So she was like a very generalist type of researcher. So I couldn't really. Some of that stuff after a while gets to some of my nerves.
yeah. I don't mind.
When I'm like, you could just go on IMDb and get a membership yourself if you just look. Just look. Anyone could buy a membership and put up anyone. It's like MySpace. So that was just some of my issues with that stuff. But I don't know. They were saying that if that's what Stranger Thing was, it was supposed to be some sort of electromagnetic catastrophe. Everything's catastrophe, you know. It's never anything fun.
Oh, it's all fear, and it's like funny, dude. I have my own guilty pleasures when it comes to watching stuff, and yeah.
What do you enjoy these days?
Oh man, currently I just watched this animation. It's Mighty Nine. I think I told you about it.
Mighty Nine. Oh yeah, you did tell me about that. You did.
It is awesome. Violent. There's violent parts, right? There's dark parts, and yeah. What else do I watch? Oh, bro, I've been watching what's it called? Robin Hood has been decent. That is dark places, and then this other like jail show. They're like a cold town up in like Michigan or something.
Where is that? The one on Apple?
Maybe. Yeah, they have the
one with the guy who survives the plane crash. That one?
No.
Oh, okay.
What the anyway? But I watch violent stuff, usually martial arts stuff. But sometimes they'll take you to a dark place on the screen.
Yeah, it was interesting. I had she just put the Tommy Rogers just put the Brian Austin. Yeah, that was it. Brian Austin Lambert, which sounds like someone else's name, like an actor or something.
Oh.
But yeah, that's the dude. But yeah, it was interesting because someone over here, the people next to me will play NPR and whatnot, and I heard something. I heard one of these.
Wait, who listens to NPR, dude?
Like I'm in one of these little apartment complexes where it's like
you can hear people listening in other.
Sometimes if I'm walking out in the middle of the walkway down our complex, because it's like a small little. I don't even know what the hell they're called, but it's.
I don't think I've ever met anyone that listens to NPR.
Oh, dude, out here a lot of people do. Yeah. But I heard briefly them talking about how people who watch scary movies are better off because they're more inclined to be resilient.
To battle evil? Oh,
be resilient to trauma.
Oh, they got scar tissue on scar tissue. I doubt that.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the opposite of what I've usually heard.
Yeah, that's cope. That's like the classic term called cope.
Yeah. But
it's like saying I'm overweight because I have a thyroid issue. It's like, yeah, but it's a vicious. That's a vicious cycle. But one of watching NPR and going, you know what? We're actually doing this is called training, and we're doing ourselves a favor. We're strengthening our spiritual deflector shields by watching the most heinous messages ever. and then the robot next to them was like, that checks out with me. Why not? I'll justify anything I want to justify. I'll eat some ice cream tomorrow, man.
Right?
For brunch, and I haven't had ice cream in a while. I'll be like, you know what? And I'll make it sound like an amazing thing, and it will be. You can mentally parkour your way into justifying so much stuff. It's wild.
I know. What am I looking at here? I'm trying to look to this cutting to
the shows, dude. I don't even like TV shows where they the man and woman start, having bedroom fun, right?
It's too much, right? It's too much.
It's like, okay, I got it. You guys have these feelings. Okay, I see where you're going. You're in the bed. I understand what happens next, right? For the next 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 5 minutes, whoever, you know what I mean? I get it. You don't have to show me the full 10 minutes of making out and then doing. It's like, I don't care about this. Move on.
It's not needed. It's part of it. It's one of the things that always bothered me about.
That's just for the women, or no?
The industry. No, man. I feel like it's weird. It's like I don't know what the hell it's for, honestly, but it's definitely a way to keep your actors and people in the industry in a place of like a corrupted mindset. Because how can you have a healthy relationship if that's continually happening,
bro? And there's a problem. There's a mental mush problem, right? And I felt it a little bit. I'll be, if you're listening to too much digital stuff, I mean, how much data have I taken in today? I probably have taken in not only the tasks, but I have to do, but I'm listening to external info about all kinds of weird stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Over and over and over again. Sometimes short, sometimes it's long. And by the end of the day, and you go to bed, and I jam out to some violent samurai movie, which is awesome, but then I go to bed and it's like my mind is so full of a bunch of stuff. And I'm even someone who tries to be on guard and aware of this type. Imagine a lot of cats are like just total mental mush, where they have no deflector shields and they're just going to bed with it. They have talk about scatterbrain,
Yeah, they don't even know what's going on. They're getting subconsciously influenced the entire night, probably listening to this shit.
Right now, I value quiet and calm and stillness. I value it very much nowadays. If I can accomplish stillness, I'm like, all right, let's go.
Right. I agree, but at that same time, there is also a thing where I feel like people are being like, there's always this dichotomy, this duality going on, where you value stillness, but some people are being too still and they need momentum because they're stuck. And I think the lockdowns did that to a lot of people.
Well, I can feel myself being in a bit of a walk, like I'm walking through a swamp to make progress.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe. Insert your a better analogy, because there are, but trying to get that momentum, juggernaut style,
Exactly.
And I think that's a thing now. It's not easy. It's not just I won't sit here like I'm some sort of personal trainer, self-help workout person, like, let's go, always stay positive. You haven't, it's like, dude, sometimes you just got to get started, you got to start it up and get that momentum going. So I resonate with that, man. Like
Yeah, man.
you know,
Especially when it comes to like physical stuff and keeping healthy, working out. That can be like if you're not moving, man. If you don't it gets harder and harder as you get older.
yeah. I mean, I did today. I did Christmas lights. I had to throw out some Christmas lights because I like the vibe. I've got a Christmas tree, so my whole front, I did that, and yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I think it was worth it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do the same thing here. We get a little one, usually put it up. But today I woke up late, but yesterday I worked out hard, which was nice.
Oh, yeah. I like Wheel of Time. The shows have been dope. I haven't read the books, but it was
time. I never watched
it
it.
was canceled, yo. Oh, dude.
I keep telling people they better watch Paradise when season 2 comes out because it was an interesting show. Season 1.
I just watched this other wizard show recently, and The Witcher.
Oh yeah, that's been around. That's with Henry Cavill, right?
Yeah,
Superman guy.
Well, they had a recent one. They had, this one dude, lots of magic, and it's like reminded me of the Wheel of Time. We're just talking, dude. I don't mind talking about some of these TV shows. I have a couple, but I'm very, very selective.
Yeah, I like that show Paradise. I'm waiting for that one to come back out with the underground city.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, no one really has. I've been trying to like push it to people because no one's ever heard of it, and I'm like, yo, why didn't I hear of it? I didn't even hear of it till after it was done, and I was like, I didn't even see any ads for it, and I'm like, this should be all over conspiracy YouTube with the sun simulator that they have, and like I'm not really spoiling much because I think they even show that in it's like the first episode. Like they basically, there's like, I don't want to say too much, but they're an underground city, like survivors of something, but they're also being lied to. So it's like you have all this stuff going on, and it's like it's good. They have the one guy. He's from that TV show. I think it's called This Is Us. What's his name?
The main This Is Us guy, the dad. The dad?
The black dude. He's a good actor. I can't remember his name though.
And This Is Us.
Not the movie This Is Us though. Or Us, not the movie Us.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, wait, not the.
I'll check it out though. I'm gonna check out Paradise for sure, dude.
It has if you just like do a quick search on it, you'll see it pops right up in the guy. You'll know who the guy is. He's like Sterling K. Brown, that's the main actor, but also has the dude from
It's got 3 names. That sounds like a patsy that goes for.
It has that dude who used to be Cyclops in the movies, X-Men movies. What the hell's his name too? I can't. James Marsden.
Do you remember? I don't. Yeah. Shout out Colossus. Stairmaster. I thought she was recommending a movie. Should check out Stairmaster. It's so many levels to the movie.
But yeah, that show starts again in February, it's saying so. And there's some weird coded stuff in that where like they're calling character Sinatra, which Sinatra was an occultist, and messing around with the mob stuff, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that's just hidden.
Oh yeah. Well, yo, let's get out of here. We're reviewing TV shows.
I know.
I don't mind it.
I know. I was gonna say I could bring up this document, but I didn't even look at it, so I don't even know what I'd be talking about.
That's fun.
The grave. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. What's his name? Yeah, we got to go back to the Cutting Through the Matrix series, the book by Alan Watts soon, because I didn't even realize he like predicted the how they were saying they found the 3-fingered alien mummies in Mexico. Like he has like that prediction in his book from years ago, years and years before he died, which is hilarious. He was a good decoder himself.
Bro, we had that one dude on that. He's still digging up so much stuff in Mexico, like literally.
Oh yeah. The
alien carvings. Guys, if you don't know, alien carvings he's doing his own. He does his own archaeological digs, and check his channel out. And he was on here. He talked to us. It was fun, and he got crystal skulls and alien carving. It's called alien carvings.
Yeah.
Literal alien carving. So the name is very apropos, right?
Yeah, no, he's a cool guy.
But it just reminded me of like the 3-fingered alien thing.
Yeah, there's so much stuff with the stuff that guy's found that I have no idea where to even start with some of it. But he has so much stuff, that dude.
Scientific tests on it. He puts electricity to it. Batteries, it lights up, it glows in the dark. It's geopolymer. It's not something you could just like spray on it, like
Exactly.
So that's incredible. So I mean, he's down there. It's there. It's crazy. So I don't know what it shows. Aliens, like the grays that you would think of, and saucer ships that you're like, well, that's Saturn, but it's like probably, but also it looks like they're carving. And the everything about it is seems very hard to fake. But
Yeah, it would take a lot of time.
It's everywhere. It seems like wherever anyone puts a freaking shovel in the ground, they're
no
stuff. Well, this is jade emerald, tablet. And you're like, dang, dude. Well, let's get out of here, man.
Sounds good, brother.
We'll have to do another TV review and movie, movie.
Yeah, we'll come back a little more prepared next time with something too. If whether it's a review or just a document or something going on.
Yeah.
And we'll crush for everyone.
Oh, I like this show Robin Hood, but why did they redo a show called Robin Hood? Hasn't that been done 4,000 times already?
Language of the bird, augury, man, auguries, the birds, the robins.
They're definitely trying to reinforce fake narratives in history, and
they're gonna keep showing us birds. I feel like look for the birds. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Next year is a horse year. You look like Machete said it was a double fire. So fire, horse, fire. So you have basically, what's that? Sounds like a phoenix to me in my
or like a phoenix.
The back of the
Pegasus type of deal.
Oh yeah, Firebird.
Yeah,
Firebird.
Yeah, man. So look for the birds. That's what I'm thinking right now. So I'm keeping my eye on.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Chris, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, brother.
We were just having, just a convo. Just
a good time. Just a good time. Oh, this might be something for next time. If Atlas starts coming back up, I'll bring the Alan Watt Cutting Through the Matrix article, because I just found his section on Atlas, and it looks like he's talking about astrology in Atlas and the way they use it. So maybe it might actually be getting into the meteor stuff if they start bringing that narrative back up. I'll make sure I save this page.
They said no banging in horse ears, which sounds strange, but yeah, that sounds good. I feel like the thing you were reading before, I seem to be right on in line with how I think about things.
I sent you that whole thing, right? So you have it too, just if you want it. Yeah, because it's a long ass.
A little I'm agreeing with 100%.
Dude, you and him speak very similarly. It's wild.
But yeah, so that actually I always have to have a little caution, like, oof.
But his show is just harder to find, but you can still find it. There's still a lot of stuff up on his, which I don't think I ever gave the link to his show to anyone, which I said that I read it out on one of our shows, but I should put it here because his wife still runs the channel and they still put remixes of, they call them Redux episodes of his old discussions. You can go to cuttingthroughthematrix.com and they have all of his talks and radio shows up for free. He was kind of like a Bill Cooper type with the radio show type of thing. He just had a different vibe.
Man, I've always been into any Bill Cooper type Art Bell stuff. I'm always a sucker for that.
It just reminded me of like
that all the time when I drive.
It reminded me more. He reminds me of just more so the way he had like a radio channel where he would talk about his stuff every night. Like the same way Bill Cooper would on his radio channel. That's like where most of, I think, the similarities are. But they do a lot of similar breakdowns. I actually think I trust Alan a lot more than I trust Bill Cooper even. And I'm going to put the link right now.
Who trust, man? Who can you trust out here? I'm not saying telling no one to trust Bill Cooper. I'm just, I don't, or any of these people. It's wild.
But here's the channel of his wife. I just put in the chat that his wife still posts the Reduxes on, and I'm sure there's more on the main cuttingthroughthematrix.com website. So
he sounds like a very wise one to me.
Yeah, you just may have to fast forward through some. If you don't want to listen to her talk about some of the stuff going on, like sometimes she starts his talks in the middle of the videos. So that's the only thing. But she's cool too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Chris, you're the man. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, brother.
And guys, he's always out here researching and finding cool stuff that I would probably never find. And we just shared and had a nice fun talk. And all right, I'm out of here. Thank you so much. And share this if you want to. And it's
like
send some love. You want to do when you were 5 years old, you're probably looking back and the 5-year-old looking at you now is like, yo, we're awesome. I can buy candy whenever, I can do whatever, right? And then your 80-year-old plus self looks back at your now self and goes, hey, I appreciate you for doing a couple push-ups and eating some spinach every now and again. But yeah. So much love and gratitude. We're out here. Appreciate you. I'm gonna play this dude for a minute. I like him. And anything else, Chris, in your heart?
That's all I got for right now. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, appreciate you, man. We're out here. Thank you.
Antisocial weirdo. And if I don't understand why someone can't just go along with society, then that means they have something to hide. They're either pedophiles or murderers. Or child murdering pedophiles. That's the only option. That's the only answer to why somebody would want privacy, why somebody would want anonymity. I mean, this guy doesn't even have a social media. Do you know not normal that is? Like, if you don't have social media, that means you definitely have something to hide. That's the only possible answer to why somebody would want that kind of privacy, why somebody would live in their mother's basement. It's because they're planning to shoot up a school. This guy doesn't take medications. He doesn't take his trash out on it's Tuesday. Fuck, I didn't take my trash out. Shit.